My name is Mike Cordero, and I'm running for the District 2 Santa Maria City Council position, and looking forward to doing another 4 years with the Santa Maria City Council.
You are running unopposed, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So the first question, Mike, I have is why are you seeking re-election?
You know, Keith, that's a good question. I believe I still have something to offer, and with the new people coming on, the youth that are looking toward the council, I think having someone with a little season in it is going to be a help to pass on the necessary information to keep us going in the right direction.
Kind of a passing of the torch, if you will.
That's right, exactly.
Okay. How has the city of Santa Maria prospered during your time on the city council? Because you've done 2 stints, right?
Yes, this will be the end of my second term. I believe the city's done fine. It's gone through some very difficult times, economic and now, of course, with the pandemic. It is nice to see and recognize that the city is still growing. We've had some real positive things take place with the shopping that has been increased over next to the freeway. There has been the progress with the farm workers. I think the city's doing well considering the times that we're in.
Which leads me to my next question. What are some of the major challenges facing the city going forward from your vantage point?
Well, finances is always a major challenge in any community. Of course, the COVID and the residuals that's leaving in the wake of, worldwide, not just in our area, is presenting itself with some great challenges. The economy is suffering drastically with how to reopen safely. So all of these things are great challenges, but the economy is probably the single largest problem that all communities face, not just Santa Maria.
Okay, you've been here in the city for quite some time.
Yes, close to 50 years.
Yeah. In your opinion, does Santa Maria have a problem with race relations, social inequality, or social justice?
I think any community can say that they recognize a problem. I recently talked to a young lady in the city that is experiencing something personally, and I believe that Santa Maria is not experiencing the kind of inequalities that many communities are. Is it here? Probably so. Is it a reality that we all have to deal with? Yes. Is it something that is systemic in our community? I don't believe it is. I believe that we have a good, solid relationship with our police and fire. I believe that many people in our community coexist without any problems. But just the young lady that I spoke to recently, and she knows who she is, and I didn't ask to give her name, so I won't. But the problem is real to her, and that's good enough for me.
Do you support redirecting city budget funding away from public safety and to other departments?
I support it if they take the work away. If they expect the law enforcement to do exactly what they're doing now with less money, then I don't support that. But if they can figure out a way to redirect the responsibilities, then I don't really have any problem with it. I think that the police don't have any problem with it. They would welcome the idea of not having to respond to certain things, but that's going to be a difficult task to sort out, because there are many people that will not go into an event or a situation unless the police are there, and there are probably just as many that shouldn't go in because of the instability of a particular call for service.
What about the housing situation in Santa Maria? Is that improving in terms of affordable housing? And, well, I'll save my next question.
Well, I believe that it's always getting a little better. They have something called the RENA numbers, and what those RENA numbers are in the state is the dictation from the state as to how many of certain categories of housing that we should have. And I don't know of any community that has actually met those RHNA numbers. There may be in the state somewhere. But Santa Maria is doing reasonably well comparing it to other communities. And we will always strive to get better housing, cheaper housing, more affordable housing, and to help to accommodate less fortunate people. We'll always work in that direction.
Which leads me to my next question: is the homeless population in Santa Maria? I'm sure you've seen it grow over the years. Is the city doing everything it can right now to address that issue, or is there more that can be done?
Well, I think money is always going to help with something like that. Currently, the city is involved with some nonprofit groups. I'm the current president for the United Way, and we're doing a lot with the ending the homeless problem and trying to get more homeless people. There's some local contractors that are building homes that are specifically targeted toward homeless people, particularly homeless veterans. And so are we doing everything we can? I'm sure that someone could come up with something and say, we could do this. We're doing a lot with it, and it's better here than it is in many other places.
Do you think that there's room for perhaps new partnerships, either with the county or the state, to address?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think we should ever close anything off. I think that we should remain open and embrace anything that might help to contribute to mitigating any of the problems in the city, not just the homeless.
Okay. You mentioned COVID, the impact it's had on the city. Can you specifically kind of address some of the key areas where it's really hit the city the hardest?
The economy. That's easy. The economy is suffering drastically as a result of not being able to open our commercial areas. Probably the simplest example for everyone is the fact that none of us could get a haircut, or the ladies couldn't go get their hair done and things like this. It's not just an inconvenience to us as an individual. The person that is doing the haircutting is not making the money to pay their bills, so it's a domino thing, and we have a problem worldwide in opening our economies, and it's going to be that way until we ourselves become better stewards of taking care of ourselves. You wearing a mask, I was wearing a mask, and we need to do these things. We are a victim of ourselves in this COVID thing by not maintaining that social distancing or not wearing the mask when you get around someone. All of those things count, and if everyone worked at it, we could cut this thing down to close to zero in a relatively short space of time. We need to work harder at preventing this terrible, terrible disease, and we need to remember that we're protecting each other. You're protecting yourself and me, and I would protect you and myself by standing here close together when we're getting closer than the 6 foot.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like the voters to know?
Just that I like to believe that I'm for the people of our community. I'm pro first responders, pro law enforcement, pro fire. I want to thank the council people before me, before all of this council, for setting up what we call our reserve funds, the LEAF funds, the money that Santa Maria had available to it to be able to meet the needs during these difficult financial times. And we're striving to do that again. We will, as far as I can tell, we will always have a reserve of some kind, and we will always strive to try to prepare for that rainy day, if you will. And that was something that we could have never imagined it 30 years ago, that we would be going through this today. But it was many, many years ago that the councils of the past started what we call the LEAF funds. And Santa Maria is hurting like everyone else, but we're in a lot better shape than many other communities because of our reserve funds and the councils that took care of us long before they left their seats.